Y'all this months ago. I told y'all that Remy Ma and Papoose are done. I told y'all that Papoose put hands on that little boy she messing with, because that's a little boy. That's not a grown man. Remy damn near 45, okay? Remy damn near 45 years old.
So here's a good question. If Papoose was there for all of Remy's past events, why isn't he at this one? Seems like a fair question, right? It's almost like the whole situation is shifting now that he's moved on, and Remy seems to be handling it in a unique way. Now, let's talk about something else real quick. I love boxing, it's one of my favorite sports, but the truth is, I never got into it myself. Maybe it's just because it feels like one wrong move and boom, you're out. But that's a different story for another time. Now, let's get back to Remy. Why is she acting like this now that Papoose has leveled up and moved on from their marriage? Remy was just out here defending her cheating, saying she's happier with her new younger man. But here's the catch. Word on the street is that she's salty big time that Papoose didn't fight harder for their marriage after everything she put him through. She keeps claiming he loved her so much, yet when it came time for him to fight for them, she feels like he didn't do enough. Remember when it first broke that Remy had cheated with Easy the Block Captain? That news hit hard, especially after Papoose had stood by her for years. Think about it, Papoose dropped everything, including his own career, to be there for Remy when she was locked up. He didn't just visit her occasionally. This man was making daily trips to the Bedford Correctional Center for Women every Monday through Friday for hours at a time. And all of that for a woman who, despite all of his loyalty, ended up cheating. So, now that he's moved on, it's hard for people to understand why Remy's upset. Shouldn't she have expected him to move on after everything? To ensure that Remy never felt alone, Papoose would cancel shows, events, and even studio sessions until 3:30 p.m. It's sad that he kind of gave up his promising career for a woman who didn't value the relationship as much as he did, but he was dependable and loved her, damn, and everyone who knew him. You know, I always knew Papoose was loyal. He used to visit me almost every day, and at first I didn't mind. It became part of the routine. He'd come up every day for that first year. When you're in a max facility, you're allowed visits every day, except for the weekends. The drive to the prison was about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, and he would make that trip every single day without fail. Honestly, it got to the point where I had to tell him, yo, I'm good, I'm all right, just to give him a break. He would always come, but after a while, he finally got the hint and said, all right, I'll lay off. Even though his visits were only about 3 times a week, it still felt like he was there all the time. And we talked every single day. The crazy part? Even though Remy was locked up, Papoose stayed committed. They even exchanged vows over the phone while she was still in handcuffs, and he took those vows seriously. He rejected anyone who tried to come between them and stayed faithful, no matter what. People tried to stir up drama, spreading rumors that Papoose cheated on Remy while she was in jail and even got another woman pregnant. But Papoose shut that down real quick. He publicly declared, I love the ground my wife walks on and would never ever cheat. If I did, it would never be with someone this ugly. Honestly, the last thing anyone wants to hear is that the person they trusted and their partner are out here betraying them. What made it worse? Easy, the guy involved, was actually someone close to Papoose. Talk about a slap in the face. So there's this kid who's working with his mom, and now he's trying to break into the rap game. But here's the thing, Remy Ma and Papoose were supposed to be running things together, taking over the game, right? They were envisioning building an empire, but somehow things got messy. Rumors started swirling that Remy allegedly got involved with someone else. If it's true, that's a huge blow not just to their relationship, but to everything they've built. If it's real, then I'm telling you, Remy might have just set us back 400 years. And I'm not even exaggerating, it's already tough enough that we don't get the support we deserve, and now this. Girl, what is happening here? It's like you just took us several steps backwards. I'm out here handling my own business, staying focused on what I've got to do, but I can't ignore this mess. If it's true, they're never going to take us seriously now. They're not doing anything to help us now, and you know it's true. This whole situation, it's not about black love anymore, not when it comes to Papoose and Remy. Not with this situation, and to top it off, she goes and gets with someone who looks just like Papoose, same little head, same big hat. What's going on here? It's like deja vu, but it doesn't even make sense. I really hope the rumors aren't true. I don't keep up with rap battles, and honestly, I don't follow Remy Massachusetts that closely. No shade to her, we just don't really have anything in common. But looking in from the outside, their relationship always seemed solid. Papoose always seemed so in love with her. He would brag about her and talk about how happy they were together. That's the kind of relationship we should look up to, right? They seem like they had it all. But sometimes what looks perfect from the outside isn't always what's going on behind closed doors. Now, maybe it's all just a rumor. Maybe it's nothing more than gossip. But honestly, when I look at how things have been playing out, especially after that rap battle, it's difficult to ignore the signs. I've been trying to stay out of it, just minding my own business, but I can't help but feel like something's off. Anyway, I don't have all the answers and I'm not in a relationship, so who am I to judge, right? Let me just stop and stay in my lane. Yes, people started to criticize Remy when a man chose to support her. Remy then humiliated him and attempted to blame him for her leaving their marriage, but anyone who witnessed how much Papoose sacrificed to support Remy knew that everything she said was false when the news leaked. So Remy tried to deny that she cheated with Easy, claiming that there were outside forces working against their marriage. Meanwhile, Papoose really did his best to hold it together, especially in public. Even when Remy showed up to his birthday party with their daughter, he didn't disrespect her. He let her stay as long as she wanted and didn't make a scene. But get this, Remy was spotted getting cozy with another battle rapper named Bad News. The two of them were hugging it out and showing off their matching watches. Unless this is some long-lost brother she just reunited with, people are starting to wonder if this is Remy's new man. And honestly, that's what happens when a guy like Papoose, who's been loyal and good, ends up with the wrong woman. When they first got together, people warned him about Remy's behavior, but he decided to ignore it and stick it out. Now, it seems like he loved her way more than she ever loved him. Even though Papoose has never publicly said anything negative about her or tried to embarrass her, he's finally moving on. Word on the street is that he's got a new woman, and this time, he's actually excited about her. The new woman is reportedly a boxer, and Papoose is trying to keep their relationship low-key so it has the best chance of surviving. But now, seeing Papoose happy with someone else after everything he went through with Remy is making her feel pretty insecure. She still wears the big engagement ring he gave her when she got out of prison, and, according to sources, she often talks about how she and Papoose will eventually get back together after all the drama from her cheating settles down. Remy isn't fooling anyone, though. She knows there's no man in her industry who's going to be as loyal and committed to her as Papoose was, especially now that she's dealing with the situation with her son. In case you didn't know, her son Jason Scott was arrested for a serious crime. He's facing multiple charges related to a 2021 case in Queens. Remy addressed it, saying she couldn't say much due to legal advice, but she stands by her son's innocence and hopes for a thorough investigation. On top of everything else, now she's dealing with questions about Papoose's departure, and it's a lot. She is running her mouth like crazy as if she wasn't the one who was initially at fault, and she is worried that her son will be permanently in prison now that she sees Papoose dating someone else. I really feel like sometimes someone needs to understand what you're talking about instead of continuing to argue about it. They're not exactly fighting yet, but it's clear there's some tension. Remy keeps saying things like fighting is beneath me, but let's be real, sometimes fighting is the only way to handle certain problems. She's always said she loves boxing and is up for a fight, but honestly, right now, it just looks like a grown woman throwing a temper tantrum because she's not getting her way. Papoose? He's not here for the drama. He's done with the BS and isn't giving Remy the attention she's looking for. He's lost all respect for her and isn't even trying to get back with her, aside from talking about their daughter. And the internet is totally backing Papoose on this one. People are calling out Remy for trying to come for his new lady, even though he hasn't said a word about her. I'm not going to lie, it's still hard for me to wrap my head around what Remy did to Papoose. He didn't deserve that. He was there for her, held her down through everything, and she just messed up. Not to mention, she cheated first multiple times. I just hope Papoose isn't letting her back into his life because she wants to come back after all that. So, what do you all think? Do you think Papoose will ever go back to her, or has Remy crossed a line that can't be forgiven? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like this post. And hey, if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. See you soon. Goodbye, everyone.